Alright, welcome back. My name is Bishabi Jr. Here's the continuation of the feature on GBV by Nerima Wekesa.
Other causes are like, there are children who are vulnerable to this because maybe they are orphans, or there are children who are in need, or there are children who don't have anybody to take care of them, and so somebody takes advantage. Anapata yule mtoto huwa yuko pale pengine peke yake most of the time, wazazi wameenda kazi ama wazazi wanafanya shughuli jua kali, na kwa hivyo this person kwa sababu maybe is a neighbor or somebody who is always around there, anapata nafasi ya kuweza kumolest huyu mtoto. Ama pengine the bodaboda riders au watu wanduthi, unapata mtu anabeba mtoto lakini kuna vile anaongelesha yule mtoto vibaya na kisha hatimaye anamtumia vibaya. Na pia tunajua when we talk about this, we know that we are also talking about issues that affect our families most of the time, and as I was talking about the finances, kuna watu ambao kazi zile wamepata pengine wanapata pesa kidogo, ama mama anajaribu kungangana kufanya kazi fulani fulani, baba yeye ni mtu wa kukaa tu, mama yule akirudi na mapato kidogo amepata tena baba achukue yote. Unajua that is kudhulumu mtu. So some of these things are happening because of our society today, but I think there's a better way of handling them. It's only that people don't want to be told the right thing to do. Na kwa hivyo unapata watu wanafanya mambo ambayo hayastahili.
We have quite a number of causes of GBV. One, culture. Number two, poverty. Number three, we have, alcohol and drug abuse, among others. So, poverty, if I may just elaborate a bit. When, somebody said that poverty is unjust. When a girl, say a class 8 pupil, who is just growing up, she has started receiving her menses, and then, she comes from a background where the family, the father, the mother, cannot afford, these basic needs. A girl may be, lured in indulging in, sexual behavior, just so that she can receive these basic needs. So that's one of the ways our girls end up, engaging in a GBV. And then, culture, the way our society is organized, imposing some tasks towards making women inferior before men. So that can really also contribute, is a contributing factor. And then how our society is also sometimes organized, the activities we carry along. Sometimes like in Bungoma, we have our, activities that we carry along, like in August of every year, we have these, traditional activities, kuminya and what have you, that, lets our kids mushroom around and therefore being exposed to these GBV cases. And then, alcohol and drug abuse. When somebody is, when you take alcohol, when you take substances into your body, it means it messes up with you, how you think, how you view things, and how you act. And therefore, that also exposes, a person towards GBV.
There is medicalization of FGM. Mahali zingine haiko. So, we are worried of that medicalization. You've changed the cultural aspect to medicalization. We as FGM, unasikia jana juzi president aliongea juu ya hiyo kitu na akasema ya kwamba hii karne 21st century, we are not supposed to converse on that issue, but better things of it. And akasema his government is committed to ending FGM at all costs.
In Kisii County, the GBV prevalence is higher than the national. In Kisii it is 23%, while the national prevalence is 18%. And this is because, FGM is very common in Kisii, and FGM is one form of GBV. So at a prevalence rate of about 84% FGM. Then the second one in Kisii is rape or sexual violence against girls. Then the third one in that order is physical assault.
Let my imaginations be my warden. Let my dreams be my cellmates. Even the tears of those who left us were not wiped. Their dreams never achieved. Their mouths not shut. They wanted to live, but you already took a decision for them.
Unapata mwanaume mzima, kibaba kizima, miaka 63, anadhulumu mtoto msichana wa miaka 6. Hilo ni jambo tunaweza furahia kweli?
Family customs contribute to GBV, especially when a spouse gives birth to girls and the husband was in expectation of boys. Also, lack of children leads to gender-based violence.
The culture that we are having around sometimes is very key to this gender-based violence, because there is this issue of also intermarriage and people are coming from different backgrounds, and so when they try to bring maybe their culture to put it into this, it's like it's not accepted, you see. And because it's not accepted and they are used to that, you find that there's violence that will come out. And so at the end of the day, you find that if it is the wife is trying to say, we don't do this, but the husband is forcing this lady that we must do this because this is our culture, you see. So that difference, and now the culture is already here with us, then the violence breaks in. And then again, if we get to the children, you find that those cultures that are forcing children maybe to get married a little bit earlier than their age, and then there are those ones who are maybe circumcised or whatever they say, the female mutilation, So you find all these things are coming in, and people are being, their rights being violated because of the culture that is existing. So the culture has also bring in a lot of violence in the genders, because our culture still is drawing us a little bit of back. Not all of them, but I know some of them that are still not very good for us in the society that we are living today. And when somebody is exposed to this, you find that their rights are already violated as men or as women.
That those are the husbands who want to physically abuse their women because they feel that I married you to sire me boys, but you're not even sired one. You're only siring girls. For me, it could also be a cause of this gender-based violence now become a punching bag, whereby you'll be beaten not because of your cause, but this is God's things, because children come from God.
Together we can end gender-based violence. Nirima Wekesa, Maisha Television.
Dazed and confused, misused and abused, even beaten and bruised. No one understood my pain.